Product Bucker, Season 4, Episode 3, User Research for the Rest of Us. Welcome back to Product Bucker. This season is about one simple idea: building the right thing. Not faster, not prettier, not more features, just the right thing. And that brings us to today's topic. Here's an uncomfortable truth: most product teams say they are user centered. But when you ask them, when was the last time you actually spoke to a real user? You don't get an answer. You get silence, or dashboards, or assumptions, or slides. Because in reality, most product managers don't do user research. They do user guessing. They guess what users want. They guess what users feel. They guess why users behave the way they do. And then they act surprised when adoption is low. So today, let's fix that. Because even if you don't have a researcher, a budget, or fancy tools, you can still do scrappy, smart user research that changes how you build products. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Rishikesh, a product manager and the founder of Product Sense. On Product Bucker, we talk about the real work of product management, the thinking, the trade offs, and the uncomfortable truths we usually avoid. No theory for the sake of theory, no frameworks without reality. Let's talk research. Here's a mindset shift you need. User research is not about focus groups, it's not about weeks of analysis, and it's not about fancy reports. User research is about reducing uncertainty with evidence. Every product decision you make is a bet that users care, a bet that the problem is real, a bet that your solution helps. Research just helps you make better bets. Before Dropbox was even built, it was just an idea. Instead of writing code, the founder recorded a simple 3-minute explainer video. No product, no backend, no polish, just a video showing what Dropbox would do. He shared it online. Within 24 hours, 75,000 people signed up. That wasn't marketing, that was user research. Demand was validated before anything was built. That's the lesson. Research is not a big project, it's a habit. It's structured curiosity. Now let's get practical. Here are three ways any product manager can do meaningful research quickly. First, user interviews. Short and sharp. You don't need 50 users. 5 to 7 honest conversations will reveal patterns very fast. Ask about real experiences. What's the hardest part today? When was the last time this frustrated you? What did you do next? Then stop talking. Listen carefully, especially for workarounds, spreadsheets, manual steps, side tools. Workarounds mean pain, and pain means opportunity. Second, data dives. Ignore vanity metrics. Focus on behavior. Where do users drop off? Where do they repeat actions? Where do they hesitate? It doesn't matter which tool you use. What matters is this: what users do is more honest than what users say. Third, observation. Sometimes watching is better than asking. Sit with a user, share their screen, let them complete a task. Notice pauses, tab switching, deep sighs. Those moments are where the real problems live. Let's look at real examples. At Notion, Product managers sit in onboarding calls. Every confused question is treated as a signal. At Duolingo, users weren't finishing lessons. Instead of guessing motivation, the team researched. They found the issue wasn't difficulty, it was friction at the start. Too many steps. So they added one tab lesson start and streak reminders. Retention improved. Same users, same content, better insight. At Figma, during beta, the founder watched designers use the product live. Every awkward pause became a roadmap item. That's real research. Messy, uncomfortable, extremely valuable. Now, a few don'ts. Don't ask leading questions. Would you like this feature? Everyone says yes. Don't over index on feedback. Users describe pain well, they prescribe solutions poorly. And don't look for consensus. Research is not democracy, it's diagnosis. You're not counting votes, you're finding patterns. Here's your Bucker moment. If you haven't spoken to a user in the last month, you are building in the dark. Every great product manager I know has one habit in common. They stay close to the problem. Because the best insights don't come from dashboards, they come from conversations. That's it for this episode of Product Bucker. Next week, we'll talk about the validation stack, how to move from gut feeling to data backed conviction before you build. Until then, stay curious, stay humble, and keep building what matters.